Effective pa ba ang triangle offense? Maybe the better question is, gagana ba ang triangle offense against sa mga makakalaban sa FIBA Asia Cup? Well, I can't answer that with a yes or no. May nuance yan palagi. So ang agenda natin today, I'll break the triangle offense down for you guys para mas may context kayo while watching the games, so that we can make better sense of what we will see sa FIBA Asia Cup. Kung matagal ka ng viewer sa channel, even sa main channel, I'm sure aware ka na I normally do triangle refreshers kada babalik ang either Hinebra or Gilas from a very long break. So you can skip this video naman, okay lang. Kita-kisa lang tayo next video. Pero meron pa rin kasi na mga baka, may mga bagong matututunan or not really familiar with the triangle offense. So I'll stop yapping na. Pag-usapan na natin. Let's start first with the most important thing to note na this is not a set play. This is a freelance. Free-flowing siya, kumbaga, read and react. You read what the defense is giving, tapos magre-react ka na aligned dun sa system or kung ano yung rules ng system. And with the right players, itong triangle offense, all feel lang to, pakiramdaman lang. But with the wrong ones, dyan nagiging predictable ngayon yung offense. Nagiging parang nagre-recite na lang sila ng offense. Speaking of kayang i-recite, kayang-kaya i-recite kahit nakapikit kapag yung players nag-going through the motions lang. I'll only show yung options na most run by Coach Tim, pero quick note lang na this offense is not necessarily the most flexible one. Spacing-wise, medyo hindi ganun kaganda, pero it has its own good things naman. It's really good at occupying the help defense. Meaning, you can't just send help or doubles kung ikaw yung kalaban. So for Gilas Pilipinas, it works well, or to some extent, it works great kasi yung players were handpicked. Pwede nilang i-customize yung roster to their liking. Okay, so let's break it down. Pag-usapan natin yung triangle offense. In 3D, nag-prepare ako dito sa website na to. Dinrawing ko ulit from scratch para mas madaling nating maintindihan at mas madaling makita visually. So, ito yung pinaka-basic form ng triangle offense. Makikita natin dito initially, ito yung sinasabi kong two-guard front. Okay? Si 2, si 1, sila yung two-guard front. May isa sa wing, yung big man pupunta sa strong side poste, si number 4 pupunta sa opposite post. So, ang first trigger point usually is pass to the wing. Okay, tatawagin ko siyang trigger point kasi yun doon nakadepende kung saan pupunta yung triangle. If you pass it here sa wing, iba yung mangyayaring branch ng triangle kumpara sa kung dito mo ipasa or kung dito mo ipasa. Normally, walang pasa papunta kay number 4. Pero most of the time, ang trigger point lagi is pass to the wing or ililipat yung triangle dito sa kabila kay number 2. If you trigger it to number 2, hindi ko na dinrawing ka dito kasi hindi naman nila laging ginagawa. If you pass it to number 2, okay, it's going to be a center opposite. Ito magsiset ng screen, parang cross screen, papunta dito. Or, ito, magka-cut papunta dito. Si number 5 magsiset ng screen. So, kumbaga, nililipat mo lang yung triangle sa kabila. Ibang entry point, kumbaga. Anyway, balik na tayo sa pinaka-basic form ng triangle. Pass to the wing. Then, after nun, si number 1 magka-cut through, magko-corner field dito sa strong side. So, yan na yung tinatawag na sideline triangle. So, bakit siya naging sideline triangle? Kasi literally, okay, it's a triangle. And you can form a lot of triangles. Ayan. Oh, mayroon pa isa dito. So, now, kapag nakabuo na ng sideline triangle, ipapass to the post, usually, or pass to the top. Pag-uusapan muna natin yung pass to the post. Okay, pagka-pass to the post, ngayon, magka-cut through ito, tsaka yung nasa corner, papunta sa opposite corner. Ito magsiset ng down screen para sa opposite big man na aangat sa 15-foot free throw line area jump shot. Yan yung pinaka-classic. Pero ang ginagawa ngayon ni Coach Tim is kung stretch 4 naman, bakit hindi ka na lang mag-stretch out papunta sa 3-point line? And then pagka-stretch out sa 3-point line, babalik sa opposite dunker spot yung nag-set ng screen to keep defenses honest. So usually si Justin Brown dito, yung sinesetan nito. Usually he gets wide open kasi yung gravity, yung nasa poste, nakaka-attract ng defense, yung nasa dunker spot sa opposite side, nakaka-attract ng defense, so nagiging libre lagi. So yun yung first branch. Okay, so pag-usapan naman natin yung pass to the top. Makikita natin dito, same formation, pass to the wing, magka-cut through, pero hindi pass to the post. Pass to the top na ngayon. Ngayon, naangat yung opposite big man sa pinch post. And this is a two-man game. Ito na yung, kumbaga yung easy option or easy way for Gilas or the triangle offense to get their best players involved. Usually, nilalagay nila yung best players nila dito sa area na to para sila yung kumana or sila yung umiscore. Pero ang ginagawa usually ng Gilas Pilipinas, they hide Justin Brownlee here sa sideline triangle. They let their big man and usually Dwight Ramos operate here. Tapos si Justin Brownlee yung aangat dun sa double screen sa weak side after ng 2-man game. Kasi kung makikita nyo, okay, may double screen sa weak side. Ginagamit nila yung gravity ni Brownlee sa weak side to keep defenses honest and remove possible help defense na paparating doon sa 2-man game na yon, na empty side by the way. And hindi ko lang inanimate pero may another option dito kapag yung pasa sa tuktok dinedeny ng defense. For example, ito. Ayan, yung defender dinedeny to. Usually ang nangyayari dito is blind pig pressure release. Instead na ipasa mo doon sa tuktok, nagfa-flash sa gitna ito, si opposite big, papasa mo sa kanya, and then tsaka kakat dito, yun nasa tuktok, iba-bounce pass or i-hand off or basta i-dish papunta rin sa kumakat na yun, and that's what you call a blind pig. Another way para makarating doon sa 2-man game na yun na pinag-usapan natin kanina is pass to the corner. Hindi mo na kailangang ilipat sa weak side sa pinch post para makapag 2-man game ka. Rito, same formation, pass to the wing, cut through, corner fill, pass to the corner, now merong banana cut, and then magpo-flow na siya into an empty side 2-man game. So, mas mabilis, mas direct to the point. Pero if wala, ang another option doon is dito, makikita natin. Same formation ulit, pass to the wing, same action lang to, corner, pass to the corner, banana cut, bigay sa big man, and then mag-flow siya into a step-up screen. Ibabalik mo sa tuktok, and now it's a spread pick and roll. Flows really well. Yes, it can be predictable, pero within, every little action, merong reads na pwede kang gawin as a player to make it more diverse. And ito, matagal na naman ginagawa ni Tim Cone, especially nung may C-stand sila na magaling pumasa sa backdoor pass. Pero lately, na mas napapansin ko na mas tinatakbo na nila lately ito sa Ginebra without the emphasis dun sa cut dito, wing reverse kasi yan eh. Usually, bina-backdoor pass na yan dyan. Pero, pansin ko, mas tinatakbo nila to for that action sa tuktok, which is a guard squeeze. Basically, it's a zoom action, pero nasa tuktok. Okay? May guard squeeze sa tuktok. It's either diretso na yun or magpo-flow siya into another empty side 2-man game. So, yun mostly yung mga tinatakbong actions ng Gilas Pilipinas or ni Coach Tim Cone in general sa triangle offense. Yes, it can be confusing, pero once na ma-familiarize nyo na yung sarili nyo rito, mare-recite nyo na rin kahit nanonood kayo sa TV. Ma-anticipate nyo na yung mangyayari. And magugulat din kayo minsan kapag maganda yung read. Kapag ina-expect mo na magiging ganon. Pero may isang player doon na mababasa niya na, okay, I'd rather do this. Boom, magugulat ka na lang and matutuwa ka na lang. And that's the fun of it. Yes, it can be predictable at times with the wrong players. Pero with the right players na I think Gilas naman, they do have that. I think it's going to be effective naman to some extent. Yes, merong ceiling talaga pero that's more acceptable since mataas yung floor ng triangle offense. It brings teams to a certain level. Ang question na lang dito is ano pa yung kaya nilang i-push. Gaano silang ka-flexible to push even further. At kung mas marating pa nila yung mas mataas pa rather than, the usual standard na sineset ng triangle offense.